Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yep, I said a good morning. Yep, it's late night, ain't it? Yeah, come on in for a brief moment, man. Got a very crazy story for you all out of Columbus, Ohio tonight, you all. And I want to talk about tonight about respecting your elders. Respecting the people that's older than you, things of this nature. Down south, we are very big on this down south, having respect for our elders and things of this nature. I know it's a new generation coming along, and a lot of these people don't respect the elders as we once did in our generation coming up, you all. So I kind of want to go over this particular story. Um, Very upsetting story to me, man, because we see a younger man attacking an older man. Uh, Pretty much the same ethnic group and all this type of thing, you all, and probably from the same neck of the woods, might I say, being that he may have been friends with some of this man parents or something of this nature. Probably know his uncle or somebody, went to school with one of his people, things like this, you all. But anyway, we have a young man that assaulted an elderly man. Again, they was from the same ethnic group, so I don't even understand why he would actually do something like this. But anyway, man, the young man wind up losing his job and breaking the old man's jaw. Now, mind you, this young man is 30 years old. The old man was 63, and the young man kind of ran up behind the old man and what we call down south and stole the man, kind of bust him in the jaw, broke his jaw, and all kind of things of this nature, and wind up losing his job and getting a felony assault charge on his record behind something that was very, very stupid, you all. Again, this case is out of Columbus, Ohio. And again, man, respect your elders, because if you don't respect the elders in your own community, then who else will, we have to set a better example for the young generation that's up and coming, you all, because again, man, if you don't have respect for your elders, man, then that's just like disrespecting your own parents or grandparents or something like this, you all, because so most of the time it takes a village to raise a child, you all. So we are all in the same fight together, trying to make the world a better place, trying to make our communities better and things of this nature, you all. And this is one of the main topics that we must address. Like I said again, respect your elders, you all. So we have a young man out of Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm going to go straight off into this story, you all. And as you all know, if you are just now starting to follow me, I often try to read the news article first and then show everybody pretty much a news clip of what I'm actually trying to say, you all, because sometimes my words are not put in the proper contents of the things that I actually want to say, you all. So to stay in, a respectful manner and things of this nature, you all. So a lot of times I'm overthinking and doing things that in my mind that I probably shouldn't be thinking, you all, because like I say, sometimes I really want to go in on some of these people in a harsh manner, in a manner that they may better understand, you all. But it's not right for us to speak curses and blessings out the same mouth. So as for as long as it take me to get better at this particular craft, you all, then I'm gonna continue to do that and continue to try. To refrain from profanity and things of this nature, you all. But anyway, this particular story, before I get off into a copyright disclaimer under Title 17, USC Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, education, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. So again, the conversation of tonight is respect your elders, you all. Like I said, this young man had a pretty good job, a pretty good, decent job nowadays, to pretty much be a public servant, you all, because, being a public servant, you have to conduct yourself in a better manner, and you can't be hot headed, you can't be assaulting people, you can't be out here having different confrontations with this person and this person when you are an actual public servant, you all. So, these kind of people are always going to be held to the highest standards and things of this nature, you all. And again, like I said, man, this was a very silly act. I don't know what really possessed him to do such a thing. Besides the man need a lot of anger management, you all. But like I said, this is something that. We have to be aware of, being that we was raised a little better than this. One of the old sayings is who raised you, when you see things like this going on, when you see youngsters disrespecting the elderly and the elderly disrespecting the young. Now I know, I was raised around a bunch of older people, and I was blessed to have my grandfather in my life, you all. So he raised me to respect others and to respect other people, along with my aunt Jean, who is rest in peace, no longer here, along with my grandfather. But these were the people that taught a lot of respect, gave me the proper morals and principles that I needed to succeed, that I needed to have to cope with other people, to be able to be people's person and things of this nature. You all, like I said, respect can take you a long ways in life. You all, just simple respect. This is some kind of just mother wit, might I say, things that should come natural, just respecting people. My grandfather used to always say that you give respect first. That way you can always demand your respect. So always be respectful. Go the extra mile to be respectful, to be a humble person and a nice person, you are. So again, I want to get straight off into this particular news article because again, this young man should not have done this. Like I said, you don't get no points. One thing he did was he immediately took out his phone and started. I don't know if he was just doing some simple recording or he had decided to take pictures of this man. Uh, Showing that he had embarrassed this man and dropped him or whatever he felt like he had done. Like I said, you don't really get no points for dropping an old 63-year-old man. And one thing about this particular act is that karma will always catch up to you. You are 30 years old now, but in 30 years, you're going to be the same age as this particular man, 63 years old. You could pretty much look at this man and tell he was in, he in his early 60s, but I would have had believed him to be in his late 60s. I would have naturally believed him to be an elderly person, somebody in the black community that should receive the highest form of respect, you all. Now, mind you, you have some old people that are kind of bitter and set in their ways, and they may be some mean-spirited people. But mind you, you have to be a better person. You have to be a bigger person. You are the most youngest person in this situation. It's up to you to move around. When being disrespecting and things of this nature, you don't sit up there and argue with a person that's being belligerent, whether they old or young. Less known old. This situation had required this man was left on the bus. You knew you had missed this man bus stop intentionally, probably, and you knew this man it was the last stop. I mean, he needed some kind of directions, and that's was um, your time to step in and give him the right directions and receive the blessing and the good karma that you would have received had you led this man in the right direction. You know he was upset and lost and uh, and less fortunate. I mean, that was easy to see, man. And like I said, this was a very bad situation, and I definitely just believe that you deserve the punishment that you got coming, man. You know, you should have been arrested for knocking a 60, 70-year-old man out. Anybody should, man. You know, and like I say, man, it's just not the right thing to do. And it's like not having no form of respect because, again, you need to pray to God that you are able to pretty much reach this age. But once you get this age, you want to be respected as an elder. You don't want youngsters running up on you, jumping on you, trying to fight you, and things of this nature. You shouldn't be in no kind of situation like this with no young people. You know, whether you young or old, you shouldn't be in this situation, less known to be an elder out there fighting with some youngsters or a young man, and you out here trying to fight somebody that's way older than you, you know, somebody that you actually should be respecting you all. So I finna get back straight up to this. It said Columbus bus driver fired after breaking a passenger jaw, police said. It said Columbus, Ohio. A Central Ohio Transit Authority bus driver has been fired and is facing criminal charges after allegedly assaulting a passenger last month on the east side of Columbus, you all. It said, according to Franklin County Municipal Court, a document said that 30-year-old Jaleel Palmer, then a bus driver of Coda, got into an altercation with a 63-year-old man near the intersection of North Champion Avenue and East Long Street in King Lincoln, Bronzeville neighborhood, you all. So it said proceeding the assault caught on the bus security camera. Another camera inside the bus shows the vehicle parking and Palmer announcing that he had came to the last stop, you all. So it said the 63-year-old man who has apparently fallen asleep as a passenger on the bus had missed the stop. He asked Palmer for directions to the East Livingston Avenue, but Palmer did not help him, you all. So that was the first thing he should have done. He know the old man had missed his little bus stop. I mean, why not help the man, give the man the right directions, the directions that you know, because you drive these particular bus routes daily. So you are actively on the streets. You pretty much know all the streets in the neighborhood, you know, things of this nature. So you should have had been helpful had you helped him in the giddy up. I mean, at least pointed him, hey man, you go 2 blocks that way and bust a left and then bust a right and go straight. I mean, then that would have been the rest of your day. Then you wouldn't have lost your job like that. You know, you wouldn't have be facing no felony assault charges on the elderly man. You know, that's like I said, man, that's a very bad thing to do. It said that the 63-year-old man who had apparently fallen asleep as a passenger on the bus had missed his stop. He asked Palmer for directions to East Livingston Street Avenue, you all. It said, but Palmer did not help him. It said the security camera from inside the bus showed that the two men got into a brief argument and caught audio of the passengers saying, "Man, if you." So again, you all, the old man was, you know, very upset. You know, he didn't get in my opinion, too, you know, over angry. Like I say, it's always wrong to cuss and disrespect people. And the old man should not have used such words that he had used, but he felt hurt. You know, he felt hurt because you looking at a young man that's, you know, your age. I mean, younger than you, but from your same ethnic group, he expecting you to help him. You know, he had missed his bus stop unintentional. It wasn't nothing that he intended to do. He did not intend to be walking there for. Man, that's the whole purpose of getting on the bus. You know, he the man, and nobody wants to be in the area where they don't know where they going. You know, he may not have had enough change to get on the bus going back the other direction, things of this nature. And it's something that you may have perceived. I mean, from the outside looking in, we had perceived this same thing off the giddy up, you all. So again, the old man had customized, said if you probably called him a few more other things, but again, this was a very bad situation for the old man, you know. So out of frustration and anger, he had said something that he shouldn't have said, and the young man should have just left. You know, should have just got on the bus and just rolled off, because he didn't have to be at this particular stop. It was no people there. He was not picking up nobody there. They can pull over and get things to drink, go to stores, use the restroom, make a emergency phone call if they need to. There's so many reasons to stop the bus. But then again, if you in a bad situation, I mean, you can get back right on this bus and continue on about your route on your day. You also, again, it said Palmer then drove the bus from the last stop. You also, it said police said the 63-year-old man walked westbound to East Long Street. Palmer's bus had moved to the corner of East Long and North Ohio Avenue. You all, it said that the surveillance camera of the bus front shield showed the former passenger walking toward the bus again from across the street. They said Palmer had gotten off the bus and the two argued again. The 63-year-old man began to walk away. The security camera then showed Palmer follow him from behind and throw a haymaker. This is what the police say, that punched him, broke the passenger's jaw, you all. He landed face first on the curb, then rolled around in the streets while Palmer kicked him in the head and the back, you all. So this was another thing that was very sad, because you know, that was one of the songs that we used to say back then. You better not fall, or you're gonna read these nuggets. You know, we got that from the more. Y'all know where we got it from. But anyway, man, but it was a very sad thing to do, because he had then dropped the old man and then began to kick him and things of this nature, man. Then you don't really want to dog no elderly man out. You done dropped the man already. You had them made your point in your statement, but you went overboard by kicking them old men. Now, what if his grandsons and sons or anything of that nature be looking for you after this particular thing, you all? Again, this is a very sad thing for this young man to do. He was not thinking, and might I say very upset, you all. Again, they say he landed face first on the curve, and Palmer began to kick him. He said the camera picked up the indiscriminable audio from the attack, but Palmer appeared to yell at the man after assaulting him and took pictures of his phone of the man on the ground. Two women. Now it took two women to ride up, you all. Let me finish reading. It said two women who witnessed the incident parked their cars and walked over to stop the attack. So again, man, I give a lot of commendation to these particular ladies, man, because it took some ladies to actually stop this man. They was going over there to see what was going on, and they reached down to try to help the man and to further stop this particular man from assaulting this elderly man. And then another man pulled up and took the old man to the hospital, So it was a very good thing. And the good thing, the wrong people ain't pulled up and saw him doing that and decided they was going to get out and give you the same treatment that you gave the old man. Again, this was a sad thing to do. Man, a sad thing to see, you all. It said, but upon appeared to yell at the man after assaulting and took pictures of him. Two women stopped. It said they helped the man with his belongings before an unknown person in a silver sedan picked him up and drove away, police said. They said the victim had to have his jaw wired at the hospital, you all. So Coda told the NBC that is immediately suspending Palmer after the incident and officially terminating him on May 19. Coda released the following statements in regard to the attack. The incident involving a Coda operator on April the 25th is inclusive and does not represent the hundreds of hardworking, courteous transit operators providing a valuable service to our communities every day, you all. So again, the operator employment has been terminated. So this man lost his little job, and I'm pretty sure he'll never drive a bus or a school bus or city bus, the retarded bus, the little short bus. Y'all remember that little bus? He can't even get on that little bus down there, you all. So again, maybe he got the CDLs with this particular department. Maybe you can get out there and start your own business. If you don't want to be a public servant, you don't want to help people, especially elderly people, because it's a lot of elderly people who actually ride these particular buses, and a lot of young people also. You all. So again, if this is something not that you're not into, helping people, to their next destination or wherever it may be in life, then you need to find something that you can do all by yourself. That's the only way I can see this particular thing working out. It said Palmer was arrested on May 17th, rightfully so, and posted bond the next day. He waived his preliminary hearing on Friday and is scheduled to appear in the Franklin Howard Courthouse in Coleman pleads for an arraignment hearing on June the 9th, you all. So again, this was a very sad situation, man, that actually happened. I'm sorry this happened to the old man, and again, man, this was a very, very bad thing for this young man to do. Hopefully he can see this and kind of learn something from this, man. Because, like I say, we are very big on that down south. We was raised to say yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and things of this nature. But it always showed a sign of respect to our elders. You all. So it was nothing that I never saw wrong about that, and I always find it pleasing to do. Always found it pleasing to do. Respect my elders, you all. So, like I said, this was something that we was raised with down here, and again, it's something that we take in high regards, you all. So again, I'm gonna share this brief news clip with you all, so y'all can really see the transaction that had actually happened this day, you all. So bear with me a brief moment. And again, like I say, man, this was you need some anger management classes, man. You need something, but we need to do better, and you definitely need to do better, my brother. So again, y'all, this was a very, very sad thing to kind of see this happen to this old man. So that's them coming to the stop. Yo, last stop. Long, Long Street. back to Ohio. Well, champion, I'd rather. Champion or Ohio, whatever. Oh, I can't. I'm on camera, bro. So he acknowledged that it was a camera on the inside, but maybe he ain't know it was one on the outside of this bus, you all. You don't know. You can't tell me where Ohio is? That's what I know. I said, where's Ohio? Find it, bro. All right. So then he tell the old man to find it on his own. You know, another sad thing, you know. I believe he told the old man he was on YouTube. Both of y'all on YouTube. Nah. You ain't getting no points for that, huh? Again, y'all, it was, a very sad thing to see, man. Then he tried to go viral on the old man, So man, like I say, man, it was just all around bad, man. We don't encourage people to do nothing like that, and we definitely ourselves don't behave in such a manner like this. Not only is it Christ-like, not Christ-like, but it's just not nothing to do. If you are a normal person, just there's nothing good about this, and especially again, you to be a public servant, in the eyes of the public and things of this nature, had that been my grandfather, I'd probably be still looking for the man today, Again, I'm not encouraging nobody to go out there and do nothing stupid or, try to react in such a way that get your own self in trouble or things of this nature you are. But like I said, man, it's a very, very bad thing to do, man. And then again, man, tonight is what we kind of want to address, just having respect for our elders. There's no way that a young man should treat an older person, an older man, older lady, uh, like this. You all, it's a very sad thing to do. And again, you prayerfully one day you live to be this old. How can you expect to be this old and not be treated in the same manner? That's one thing about karma. You have to, the old people used to say, you just keep living on, y'all say, you just keep living, and then you'll see. But again, again, man, this is a very sad thing to see, and man, everything this particular man have coming, and he deserved that, you all. Again, for these bus drivers, it's hard for you all. I seen the situation where they just had a shootout on the bus, on one of these buses, you all, and they pretty much fired this man. But one of the passengers had pulled out a weapon on this older man, and things of this nature. A youngster, where he had missed the bus, he wanted to kind of get off the bus, and he may have shot the man, in my opinion. And I believe the bus driver did everything he could do in his power to defend himself, and rightfully so. But they are not allowed to be bus drivers and carrying weapons and things of this nature. But in my opinion, they should, because again, they deal with more people than the police. They are always people getting on and off the bus, and a lot of these people have mental issues and things of this nature. So it is a very unsafe job, and different neighborhoods should allow some of these bus drivers to be able to have a gun permit and things of this nature. Because again, this man may have died this day, and I don't know how both of these individuals was not in a lot worse of shape than they actually were, you all, because man, these people were shooting at each other from 2 and 3 feet away from each other. It was just only by the grace of God that both the bus driver and the passenger had actually not died, you all. Both of these victims were shot, and the bus driver was fired, and the young man actually went to jail because he was definitely in the wrong, you all. You have to think about conflict resolution, things that, man, if I do this, for every action is a reaction. So, what would this particular situation actually cause if I do this? Again, y'all have to think about different ways to resolve certain situations, the best way y'all can. So, again, you all, don't want to keep everybody up. Miss already in the AM. definitely in the AM, you all, and I've just been coming on to get in where I can actually get in, man, because during the day I'm doing a lot of things with my wife and trying to keep things together within our own house structure, you all. So again, prayerfully, I see you all here again soon, you all. God for Christ gang. Peace. We out, y'all. Good night. Good morning. Blessings.